This is Pamela Raquel, the creator of this incredible space, and I'm excited to share with you a topic that will certainly pique your curiosity and stimulate great reflection. Today, we'll delve into discussions about the importance of acting with courage, passion, and determination in all aspects of life. We're about to explore a bold approach to facing challenges, overcoming obstacles, and achieving our goals. Communication plays a key role in human sexuality, allowing for a deeper and more satisfying connection between partners. In this article, we're going to explore how certain words and expressions can arouse female desire and contribute to a more fulfilling sexual experience. It is important to remember that each individual is unique and that effective communication is based on consent, mutual respect, and an understanding of each other's personal preferences. The importance of communication in sexuality. Now, before we get into that subject, enjoy the video and subscribe to channel. Press the button below and support the channel. Sexuality is an essential part of the human experience and can be both emotionally and physically enriching. However, each person has their own preferences, desires, and limits. Open and honest communication between partners is essential to ensure a positive and consensual sexual experience. Words that awaken female desire. 1. Genuine compliments. Women appreciate sincere and well-intentioned compliments. By expressing admiration for your partner's physical appearance, personality, or accomplishments, you can create an environment of trust and mutual appreciation. Remember to be authentic and avoid offensive or objectifying comments. 2. Expressions of affection. Loving words and expressions of affection can create a deep emotional connection during intimacy. Showing love and care through words like "I love you" or "You are special to me" can help strengthen the emotional connection and increase mutual desire. 3. Communication about desires and fantasies. The exchange of fantasies and sexual desires between partners can be a powerful stimulus. Openly talking about your fantasies, provided there is mutual consent and respect, can increase sexual arousal and satisfaction. For verbal stimulus during the sexual act. During sex, verbal expressions of pleasure and excitement can be extremely exciting for the woman. Positive comments, sensual whispers, or words of encouragement can increase confidence and sexual satisfaction. 5. Expression of desire and consent. The woman must feel desired and respected in her sexuality. Communicating the desire to be with her and asking for consent in a respectful and clear manner is key to building a healthy and pleasurable sexual experience for both partners. Communication plays a crucial role in sexuality and can be a powerful tool for awakening female desire. However, it is important to remember that each individual is unique, and effective communication must be based on consent, mutual respect, and an understanding of each other's personal preferences. By cultivating open, honest, and respectful communication, it is possible to create an intimate environment that allows pleasure and desire to flourish. Certainly. Here are some traits and behaviors that often generate attraction in women. 1. Confidence. A confident person exudes a special magnetism. Demonstrating confidence in yourself, your abilities, and your decisions is highly attractive to many women. This doesn't mean being arrogant, but rather displaying security in who you are. 2. Intelligence and sense of humor. Women are often attracted to intelligent people who can stimulate their minds. Furthermore, having a good sense of humor and being able to make someone laugh is an extremely attractive trait, as it shows a laid-back and fun personality. 3. Empathy and understanding. Being able to put yourself in the other's shoes, showing empathy and understanding, are characteristics that attract many women. Being sensitive to another's emotional needs and showing a genuine interest in their feelings creates a deep emotional connection. 4. Ambition and passion. Having personal ambitions and demonstrating passion for something in life can be captivating. Women are often attracted to people who have goals and work hard to achieve them. Showing enthusiasm and dedication towards your passions can be highly inspiring. 5. Respectful and kind attitude. Being respectful, kind, and courteous is fundamental to attracting women. Treating others with consideration and respect, regardless of gender, is a sign of emotional maturity and makes women feel valued and safe in your presence. 6. Effective communication. being able to express yourself clearly and listen actively is an essential aspect of attraction. The ability to communicate openly, share thoughts, feelings and ideas, and show an interest in what the woman has to say, lays a solid foundation for a meaningful connection. 7. Authenticity. Being authentic and true to yourself is highly attractive. Don't try to be someone you're not just to impress. Women value authenticity and are attracted to people who have the courage to be true to themselves. Remember that attraction is subjective and varies from person to person. Not all women will be attracted to the same traits or behaviors. It's important to be yourself and find someone who values and appreciates who you truly are. While it's true that some women may respond positively to flirting that involves mean or provocative words, it's important to note that this doesn't apply to all women. Each person is unique and has different preferences when it comes to flirting and communication. It is essential to respect the limits and individual preferences of each woman. Furthermore, it is important to note that the use of mean or offensive words can be risky, as it can be interpreted as disrespectful, aggressive, or sexist. Consent and mutual respect are always key in any interaction, including flirting. When approaching flirting with a woman, it is recommended to adopt a respectful and positive approach. Here are some tips for healthy flirting. 1. Be genuine. Show genuine interest in the woman, her opinions and interests. Ask questions and listen carefully to their answers. 2. Praise respectfully. Compliment specific aspects that you appreciate about the person, such as their intelligence, sense of humor, style, or accomplishments. Make sure your compliments are authentic and non-objective. 3. Use humor lightly. Humor can be an excellent form of connection, but it's important to keep a light and respectful tone. Avoid jokes that are offensive, discriminatory, or that might make the woman feel uncomfortable. 4. Be considerate. Demonstrate that you are interested in the woman's well-being and in getting to know her better. Ask about their life, their experiences, and show empathy when appropriate. 5. Respect the limits. Be aware of signs of discomfort or disinterest. If a woman expresses that she is not comfortable with a certain approach or comment, respect her wishes and change the subject. 6. Communicate clearly. If you are interested in taking the flirt further, communicate your intentions clearly and respectfully. Make sure you get mutual consent before moving forward to any level of intimacy. It's important to remember that there is no single formula for flirting that works for all women. Each person is unique and may have different preferences. The most important thing is to approach flirting with respect, authenticity, and empathy, creating a connection based on consent and mutual respect. 7. Show interest and listen carefully. Show genuine interest in the woman's stories and experiences. Ask open-ended questions that allow her to share more about herself. Listen carefully to their responses, showing that you value their words and opinions. 8. Be respectful and empathetic. Treat the woman with respect and consider her emotions. Empathize when she shares something personal or is going through a challenging situation. Showing understanding and support can strengthen the emotional connection between you. 9. Be authentic and true. Being yourself is essential in flirting. Avoid trying to be someone you're not or using mean words just to impress. Authenticity is attractive and allows a woman to know the true essence of who you are. 10. Read the clues and respect the limits. Be aware of the woman's nonverbal and verbal signals. If she seems uncomfortable, take a step back and adjust your approach. It's important to respect her boundaries and not push for something she doesn't want. 11. Create an emotional connection. Flirting is not just about words, it is also about creating an emotional connection. Share personal stories, show vulnerability, and be open to getting to know the woman on a deeper level. This can increase the attraction and interest between you. 12. Be confident, but not arrogant. Confidence is attractive, but it's important to strike a balance. Be confident in yourself, but avoid being arrogant or conceited. Be secure in who you are, but also be open to listening and learning from the woman. Remember that everyone is unique, and what attracts one woman may not be the same for another. It is essential to respect each person's individual preferences and limits. Open communication, mutual respect, and reading verbal and nonverbal cues are key to healthy and successful flirting. Ultimately, the key to a successful interaction is being authentic, respectful, and attentive to the other person's needs and wants. It is important to highlight that there is no magic formula to addict a woman to a man. Healthy relationships are built on open communication, mutual respect, and genuine emotional connection. However, some phrases can be used to express affection, praise, and create a deeper emotional connection. Here are some phrases that can be appreciated by many women. 1. You inspire me. This phrase shows that you value the person and recognize their qualities and accomplishments. Demonstrates admiration and respect. 2. I feel safe when I'm with you. This phrase shows that you trust the person and feel comfortable in their presence. This can strengthen feelings of intimacy and emotional trust. 3. You have a special way of seeing things. This phrase demonstrates that you value the person's unique perspective and find the way they see the world interesting. It shows that you are aware of and appreciate her individuality. 4. I feel like I can be myself when I'm with you. This phrase conveys the feeling of authenticity and comfort that the person brings to the relationship. It shows that you are comfortable being who you really are. 5. I admire your strength and determination. This sentence demonstrates that you recognize the person's qualities of resilience and perseverance. It shows that you value their efforts and achievements. 6. You make me smile every day. This phrase shows that the person has the ability to bring joy into your life. It demonstrates that you value positivity and the happiness it brings to the relationship. 7. I feel lucky to have you by my side. This phrase expresses gratitude and appreciation for the person's presence in your life. It shows that you value the relationship and feel lucky to have her by your side. Remember that sincerity and authenticity are key when using these phrases. The goal is not to manipulate or create emotional dependence, but to express true feelings and build a healthy connection with the other person. When it comes to moving the conversation forward during flirting, it's important to remember that the approach must be respectful, consensual, and based on mutual consent. Sexual desire is an intimate and personal aspect, and each person has their own preferences and limits. Here are some tips for moving the conversation forward respectfully during flirting. 1. Read the signs of interest. Observe the woman's signs of interest and reciprocity. If she is responding positively, smiling, maintaining eye contact, and actively participating in the conversation, this could indicate that she is open to a more intimate conversation. 2. Create an atmosphere of trust. Build an emotional connection and an atmosphere of trust. This can be achieved by sharing personal stories, expressing a genuine interest in getting to know them, and showing empathy. 3. Be respectful and attentive. Be aware of the woman's limits. Respect their personal space and refrain from making offensive or invasive comments. Be sensitive to their reactions and adjust your approach as needed. 4. Explore more intimate topics gradually. As the conversation progresses, you can explore more personal and intimate topics, as long as the woman is comfortable and receptive. This can include talking about life experiences, desires, sexual interests in a respectful and open way. 5. Communicate your intentions clearly. If you are interested in taking the connection to a more intimate level, it is important to communicate your intentions clearly and respectfully. Ask the woman how she feels about the flirting progression, and be open to listening and respecting her response. 6. Listen carefully. During the conversation, pay attention to the woman's verbal and nonverbal cues. Listen carefully to their preferences, limits, and desires. Open communication and mutual consent are key in any intimate interaction. 7. Respect the woman's decision. Remember that the final decision on the evolution of the interaction is the woman's. If she expresses discomfort or isn't interested in progressing to a more sexual conversation, respect her decision and change the focus of the conversation. It is essential to remember that the evolution of the conversation to a more intimate level must be based on mutual consent and respect for the other person's boundaries. Sexual desire is a personal and individual thing, and not all women will have the same level of comfort discussing or exploring this topic during flirting. Open communication, respect and consideration for a woman's preferences and boundaries are always key. Let's talk now about silly attitudes that drive any woman crazy. It is important to approach this subject with sensitivity and respect, remembering that each person is unique and has their own preferences. When expressing sexual interest to a woman, it is crucial to do so in a respectful, consensual, and empathetic manner. Here are some tips for properly showing sexual interest. 1. Clear and direct communication. Express your interest in a clear but respectful way. Use appropriate words and language to convey your intentions, always taking into account the woman's consent. 2. Read the signs of interest. Watch the woman's signs of interest, such as positive body language, prolonged eye contact, smiles and subtle touches. If she is receptive and showing interest, it could indicate that she is open to moving to a more intimate level. 3. Start the conversation gradually. Progression to sexual interest should be gradual. Start with lighter topics, subtly flirting and testing the woman's response. Watch for signs of discomfort or lack of interest, and be prepared to adjust your approach accordingly. 4. Praise respectfully. Well-placed compliments can create an atmosphere of desire. Compliment the woman's physical appearance in a respectful manner, highlighting features. Here are some more tips for showing sexual interest in a respectful way. 5. Explore the topic of intimacy openly. As the conversation evolves and there is reciprocity of interest, you can approach the topic of intimacy openly and respectfully. Ask about her fantasies, desires, or past experiences in a respectful, non-pressured way. Be prepared to share your own preferences openly and honestly. 6. Pay attention to body language. Body language can be a powerful form of communication. Watch for signs of a woman's interest and arousal, such as subtle touching, leaning her body toward you, or dilated pupils. At the same time, be on the lookout for signs of discomfort or withdrawal and address them immediately. 7. Show care and respect. Show the woman that you value her well-being and that you are willing to respect her limits. Make sure she feels comfortable and safe around you. Be open to pausing or backing off if she expresses any discomfort or desire to stop the sexual progression. 8. Practice consent. Consent is essential in any sexual interaction. Make sure there is clear and constant communication about your boundaries and desires. Be open to listening and respecting the woman's boundaries, and never assume that one-time sexual interest means ongoing consent. It is essential to remember that the demonstration of sexual interest must be done in a respectful, consensual, and empathetic manner. Each person has their own preferences and limits, and it's important to respect them. Focus on creating a genuine emotional connection, actively listening, and maintaining open and respectful communication to establish a healthy and enjoyable relationship.